A clash of top 3 titans in Colorado Springs. The Switchbacks seek double-digit wins at Widener Field tonight against the Charleston Battery and a man on the precipice of rewriting the history books. Tonight's broadcast is presented by McDivitt Law Firm. Alongside Carmen Boquin, I'm Philip Galati. An incredible bout on the cards tonight, but what does the bigger picture look like? The standings in both the West and the East. We'll start with the Western Conference. Colorado Springs in position number 3 right now, tied with Sacramento Republic, a little ways away behind New Mexico United. But more importantly, Colorado Springs here at Widener Field has been near unstoppable this season. Head coach for the Charleston Battery said, Ben Pierman said, part of the reason they've been able to have so much success on the table is how they defend home soil. And as for the numbers, well, Carmen, they speak for themselves.
Truly, when you mention about how important you have to be at home, it truly matters a lot. You know, out of 41 points, 30 have come out of their stadium with 9 wins, only 3 losses and 2 draws. They still have this match, so 3 points that they can still clinch from home, and then other 2 matches coming into the final 7, if you include this one, of the games in this last stretch of the USL Championship. So it's going to be really important to try to get those 9 points, you know, from those home games.
Tonight's player to watch presented by Modelo, number 7 for the Switchbacks, Tyreek McGee.
Well, you talk about a guy who was out for injury for just a little while, then he came back. He has 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 shots on target. That's a really great number. 11 matches so far, and he's just trying to be more steady in this final run so he can keep it up until for the next season. But as of now, Tyreek McGee is going to be that player to watch.
So as for the standings on the other side of the country, in the East, Charleston just 3 points off Louisville City. Charleston, with a win tonight, not only clinch the playoffs, but also clinch a home spot in those playoffs. 56 points in second place, and with so many players to talk about, there has been one player wearing number 13 for the Battery that has stolen all of the headlines, Nick Marcanic.
Yeah, all the eyes are going to be Nick Marcanic, you know, with those 28 appearances. This is his 29th game playing, 25 goals scored, 5 assists. 5 of those goals came from PK. All eyes on him. He's going to go to Europe, to Spain, after the end of the USL Championship. And, you know, making history is what he's closer to. There's still 6 matches to be played, this one included, and we'll see if that numbers, you know, keep changing and making more history for Marcanic.
The Battery come into tonight with 13 clean sheets, more than any other team in the USL Championship. Meanwhile, Colorado Springs have found the back of the net 13 times in their last 5, 10 in their last 3. It's going to be a heck of a match. We'll take you through the starting 11 and, of course, the first half kick on the other side of the break from Widener Field. Don't go anywhere.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt. Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
Almost go time from Weiner Field. Tonight's player walkout is sponsored by Children's Hospital Colorado. Switchbacks and the Battery moments away from getting underway. Phil Galati and Carmen Boquin with you as we take a look at the lineup. For the host, Carmen, a lot of changes and a lot of movement.
We got to talk about the formation for Colorado Springs today. You will see those that 4-2-3-1. We're going to see actually how it ends up folding throughout the match. Only one substitution. We're going to have to see that towards the back with Pierre starting alongside with Lacroix. And the player that's not today on the field, it's Real. So that's mainly the big change coming from the last match. And of course, every eyes is going to be there in the forwards and how they do it at home in this match.
Tonight's lineups presented by Phil Long. As for the Battery, just one change with Emilio Icaza.
It's Casa starting finally again after coming in from the bench in the last 3 matches. Hopefully he's going to be steady there in that midfield, also with the formation of the 4-2-3-1. And eventually we're going to be seeing throughout the different moments of the match how that lineup stays.
2 highly offensively potent teams, both in excellent position for the postseason picture. Charleston with the win tonight secures not only a postseason berth, but home field advantage. But home field for Colorado Springs, one of the toughest settings in the USL Championship as we are underway at Widener Field. As we mentioned, Carmen, 30 points, 9 wins for the Switchbacks here on home soil. Speaking to head coach James Chambers earlier this week, that key to success playing at home, well, taking good care of this place, he said, was easier said than done, but the fans help us a lot, and of course the mid-game adjustments from these players, especially here at Widener Field, has been second to none.
And Pierman also mentioned how hard it is to come to this stadium, knowing how good the crowd is and how well the team is doing at home. That's always something that the teams, whenever they have to come and face these opponents at their house, mainly when they're doing so good, they know it's an extra thing they have to take care of.
Head coach for Charleston said, well, simply put, Colorado Springs is flying. Ben Pierman knows the task ahead of his side tonight on the road. Of course, one of the big stories, Nick Marcanic, just 1 goal away from the USL Championship single season record. Tyreek McGee goes down, and the Battery give it away. Let's talk tonight's keys to the game, presented by Leo's Taco Shop. Carmen, all you.
Yes, well, for Colorado Springs, just try to capitalize every option that they do have to keep adding to that, number with a lot of goals, which is 41 so far in the season. And for Charleston Battery, just to try to score early and be more dominant throughout the whole match. They've been doing a lot of comebacks in the last games, and also they've been, good at getting points after not scoring first. So that's a good idea for them to score early and just try to be, get a little bit more of a good hold throughout the 90 minutes of the match.
Battery with the most points gained from losing positions in the championship this season with 17. Highlighted last time out a 2-1 comeback win against Sacramento. An 87th minute winner in that one. Herrera looking long. Finding an option, headed forward now to Justin Dillon. Lost track of it in the Colorado Springs sun. Both of these teams in the top 3 of their respective standings. Switchbacks 3rd in the West, Battery 2nd in the East. 2 talented teams settling in the first few minutes here. Passes being given away on both sides. Carmen, it's evident that these players know the stakes of this match and, of course, are always going to be a little bit nervous when the postseason picture is really starting to take shape.
Of course, you're thinking about the regular season. How is it going to end, whether it's 7 and 6 games to play respectively for both of these teams, and then thinking already in the post-season. And when you talk about the standings, how good they are and how better they can end the regular season.
Jonas Fjellberg has the overlapping run to his right. The cross instead headed away by Nathan Dos Santos, out for a corner kick. This corner kick is brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Well done there by Dos Santos. You know he's going to get a lot of jobs by receiving a lot of balls inside the box, and he's going to have to be really clever, just, you know, getting all the danger away from them.
Hayden Rocha taking the corner. Got his lone assist of the season in the match before last. Static in the box for now. That will change. Outswinging delivery. Headed down at the top of the 6. Still bouncing around. A little bit clumsy from Charleston, but able to get the ball forward only as far as the midfield line.
Yeah, that little corner area there in that left flank, it's always, you know, hard to play when you have the sun directly into your eyes. So we'll see how much it's played in that flank, or if they decide to just come towards the right. But it's something that, you know, Colorado Springs Switchbacks can really take advantage of, just trying to create something from that area.
Tonight's injury report brought to you by Common Spirit Health. Just Juan Sebastian Palma unavailable for the Battery. Colorado Springs playing at full strength. And how important that is with only a few matches left in the regular season. Fjellberg's nutmeg may turn out here. Instead intercepted by Emilio Icaza. Now Segber's the other direction. Has a lot of green grass, not a lot of white shirts, so he'll turn back. To the near side with Drac. Sending it forward, and heads up play, no pun intended, for Christian Herrera.
Yeah, well, good ball, anywho, into the back, box in the back of the center back, but still not enough to create a big first possibility for Charleston Battery.
Herrera yet to keep a clean sheet since August 13 against Phoenix. Meanwhile, Charleston with Adam Grinwis at the back, 13 clean sheets, the most in the league. Six minutes down, both teams going a little direct. As now Colorado Springs will try some more build-up play. Fjellberg wants to dribble again. He's managed to hopscotch his way through. Clever turn from Zach Zandy. To the far side now as options queue up for the hosts. Ball played into the back stick for Dylan, and he couldn't bring it down to earth.
Such a great ball, and like I mentioned before, they can really take advantage of coming from that left flank, and you know, the players in the back that have to defend for Charleston, it's going to be really hard to see with the sun, and they put just a great ball, and a little bit too wide, impossible for Dylan just to be able to get a hold of it and continue that play. You can tell these two teams respect each other a lot, and they're just trying to figure it out, having similar formations, though they do have different styles of play. But, you know, still, you get into the field with that kind of quote-unquote respect until you find those spaces and pockets of areas where you can capitalize for big opportunities, and then be able to score.
Rocha on a run. Stood up to the far side of the area. Time and space to settle. Anya trying to make a move. Got to the byline, nobody on the end of it. Kaza. Back for Segbers. Colorado Springs keeping numbers high. Charleston able to play out of it with the aid of the foul. Ricardo Fierro, the man with the whistle tonight. Yosuke Hanya was leading the press from that far side. Named to the USL Championship Team of the Week after a career day. 2 goals and an assist last time out. 4-2 win for Colorado Springs against Tampa Bay. Up and in the call from Adam Grinwis. Referred to his head coach Ben Pierman as the first line of attack. He's played a good ball forward. What can Charleston do with it here? They can't keep it in play for now. Josh Drack going to ground, unsuccessful.
Yeah, but that was a great effort, and he was just trying to show the spirit that they have and the energy in the match.
So 10th minute from Widener Field. Carmen, your early impressions of this one as both teams get settled in?
You know, I'm going to keep it with the same line of a lot of respect and also, you know, taking their position on the field. So, of course, when you have a match with so many players on the midfield, it's going to be a little harder to get moving that ball, but dangerous play.
Very dangerous. Cut away in midfield, Ikaza with the give and go. Emilio Ikaza. Lays it off for Juan David Torres, whose pass finds open space. Just a bit of a disconnect early on in the build-up for the Battery. But looking to switch the point of attack often. So many attacking options for both of these sides, really. Multiple goal scorers in their last few matches.
Charleston Battery is coming from a really great form. Only 1 loss in the last 5 matches. A lot of goal scorers in the last 12 matches, but they're coming from a cross-country trip. So that's always something to take in consideration. And they've been working a lot to just trying to come back in the matches, just like they did in the last one, where they had to trail from behind to not lose those 3 points.
Torres trying to slide it through in behind. Battling for it is MD Myers. And winning the foul is Delence Pierre. MD Myers with 16 goals in all competitions this season for Charleston. Combined with Nick Marcanic, the two have 38 goals in championship play. 2 away from tying a record. Into the box for Ikaza, shot deflected. Appeals for offside will not be given. Well defended to deny Emilio Ikaza from close range.
Yeah, well done there by Matthew Mahoney. He was just capable of, you know, disallowing any play that was well kept by Ikaza. He's been, I think, the differential player so far for Charleston Battery.
Ikaza, the lone change in the starting 11 for the Battery last time out. That 2-1 comeback win against Sacramento Republic. Matt Mahoney to settle on the ball. Lone outfield player to play every minute this season. Speaking to head coach James Chambers earlier in the week. He said, of course, Mahoney brings the experience, not only with the minutes, but also as the oldest member of the back line, 29, the Buffalo, New York native. But in terms of leadership, we look for that from everybody on the pitch. And that defensive cohesion is something they've been missing. They've been scoring goals, 13 in their last 5, 10 in their last 3, but have not kept a clean sheet in a little over a month. And so what they need, said Coach Chambers, was a complete defensive performance for 90 minutes. And Mahoney with a good defensive win. Zandy, brought down by Fjellberg, trying to play Yosuke Hanya in behind. Hanya onto his right. Yosuke Hanya's shot deflected. Grimwith spilled it. It's tapped home. Justin Dillon is onside, and Colorado Springs are in front.
And this is Justin Dillon's second goal of the season. And you know what? You sometimes talk about players that are just in the right spot at the right moment. And he was exactly there. You know, it was a good chance coming for Colorado Springs. And they were able to just, you know, put themselves into that great position. The mistake, if you want to quote it that way, from the goalkeeper was not getting the ball. He couldn't coming from that shot. Well done there by number 20, by Hanja. And then, of course, when you have a player, Justin Dillon, just waiting for that opportunity, and he sent it to the back of the net.
A nonchalant finish in the end.
True that.
1-0 to the hosts. Goal presented by Century Casinos. Justin Dillon signing just over a month ago from El Paso, had 3 goals, 2 assists on the season with them. Now up to 2 goals in just his 3rd start with the Switchbacks. On-field injury, sponsored by Common Spirit Health, as Delence Pierre is now back on his own 2 feet. Pierre with 2 goals from the back this season. Fort Lauderdale native, making his 12th start tonight. Has played every minute of his last 5 matches. Scored that 2nd goal in the first start of that 5-match string back on August 17th against Pittsburgh on the road. Zach Zandy having a talking to with the official. Ball in the right hand of Ricardo Fierro. And it will restart with a drop ball for Emilio Icaza.
And you know, it's talking about those chances, right? They've had 2 shots on target, and they got this one, and they were just able to score that first goal. And now a little bit of Charleston battery, you know, once again, just seeing the scoreboard, them losing, and see how they can just work really hard on that comeback or scoring in the last minutes of the match. We'll see if we get to that.
It is the just recently aforementioned Zandy and Icaza colliding. Aggressive touch from Torres. Wants to switch the field. Brought down at the edge of the area by Marcanic. He claims it goes off of his chest. The referee disagrees.
He's having his word with Fierro, the referee tonight.
And he has to be careful what he says. We had a chance to speak to some of the pro referees a couple weeks ago, and one of the things they have told their referees to tolerate less is dissent. A point of emphasis for them, and does come off that upper arm.
Yeah. And this is the 11th match for Fierro. He's given 2 PKs, 63 yellow cards, just 1 red card. So he's fond in giving yellow cards. 11 and 63, that's a big number.
Yet to see any really physical challenges tonight, but more so based on how these teams play. I haven't seen a lot of 50-50 duels. It's been more of team's winning possession not by tackling, but by a fortuitous turnover.
Yes, and you know, you always have to, you know, take that in consideration. When Pearman was talking to us, he mentioned how one of the things he liked about Colorado Springs is how they can go from just being a club who has the ball and then just go directly or go in counter. So you have to be able, in soccer and football nowadays, you have to be able just to adapt to the opponent that you have or take advantage of the realities that you're having with your players at the moment. You know, it's not about marrying just one style of play, just being able to evolve throughout the whole season and depending on what is asked from you.
Switchback still bringing the pressure. Torres, excellent idea, cut away. And now Tyreek McGee with the Trivella pass into the path of Dillon, but poked away from him by Graham Smith on the back line for Charleston, a Colorado native. Segbers all the way up for Myers. He's gonna get there. No, he's not. Couldn't pick out Nick Marcanic, who, granted, Carmen, 19 minutes down, 19 and change. We haven't seen a lot of so far tonight.
No, you know, but he hasn't been receiving exactly the balls from the position that he's waiting for him to be able to go directly on goal and finish more with that attacking third coming forward. So I guess it's gonna just take a little bit of more time, but as of now, the home club, you know, has been feeling more comfortable with the ball and just getting closer to creating better attack.
Speaking to head coach James Chambers earlier this week for Switchbacks, he spoke on Nick Marcanic and said, well, the stats speak for themselves, but we're focused on ourselves. We've had the performance we've wanted the last few matches, but we know exactly what team is coming into the building, and all the credit to Marcanic, he said, for all the goals he's season and goals he's had this season. Long may he continue to score them, just not tonight. Another foul call, this time Duke Lacroix, the guilty party. Has played nearly every minute after some World Cup qualifiers back in June, representing Haiti. Even scored a goal against Barbados. And scored last time out as well. Allen with the check of the shoulder. Given space to switch to the near side with Josh Drack. Dos Santos. Torres. Directing traffic. He wanted the ball back into midfield. Instead, McGee bringing the pressure. Forced all the way back to Grinwis. Almost no way through, it seems, for Charleston. Colorado Springs holding an excellent shape. Myers given space to bring it down. Marcanic, unselfish play for Ikaza. Back for Nick Marcanic, chasing history, and poked away from him by Mahoney.
It's the second good one from Mahoney in this first half. One was against Gaza, and then another one from against Marcanic. Just showing how quickly they can, you know, if they cross that middle line, they can put themselves in that attacking third really fast. The problem is that they're trying to build so much from the back and just in close range, and they were not using those long balls. In this one, they did. Hopefully, they can keep doing that a little bit more.
Torres, too close to home.
Well, the Colombian maybe trying, I think he was just trying to put the ball there for somebody. Ended up being for Herrera, who just took the ball really calmly. It's more as a pass, right?
About halfway through the first 45, 1-0, courtesy of the right foot of Justin Dillon in the 14th minute. Philip Galati, Carmen Boquin with you from Widener Field. Fjellberg has options either side. Jonas Fjellberg with a nice move. And the shot left room for improvement.
Yeah, if you feel that you can do it, go for it. That's what Fjellberg does in this one. He had Sandy by himself in the right flank, just waiting for him to send him that ball, or, you know, give it a little bit of a more of a group play. But then he, you know, he felt that he did have like a great angle, ends up going really wide.
Replay brought to you by CSU Utilities. Now Switchbacks' turn to build from the back. Mahoney given some real estate. McGee not so much. Ikaza leading the charge. Poor touch and a poor pass as well. Ikaza battling for it, and the flag goes up. Emilio Ikaza as well may have taken a battle scar upstairs.
Well, and that was just Ikaza taking a big fall, you know. You can tell the energy. He's in another level of energy into this first half, almost 25 minutes now, and just trying to get that big momentum. And every good ball that has come into that attacking third has gone by Ikaza's foot.
Emilio Ikaza starting tonight, did not start the last 3 matches. Head coach Ben Pierman said, we don't have such a thing as starters or bench players. We have a competitive roster. Everybody fights for a spot.
I love that. That has to be like the key for every coach in the world. You know? When you have all your players, you know, on the right moment, you still do, you know, it feels better for the competition mainly, of course.
Nathan Dos Santos. Tried the line breaking pass, fairly easy in the end for Speedy Williams to cut away. Williams opens up the hips, wants someone to check two. Plays the pass anyways. Give and go for Rocha, denied. Montevid Torres taken out right at midfield by Jonas Fjellberg.
This first duel here between Fjellberg and Torres is going to be interesting to see throughout the match, because they've been creating a lot, whether coming towards either flank.
Duke Lacroix asking for help. A lot of movement for him. Looking long though. Zandy tried to get a poke to it. Referee waited to see advantage and dribbled out of play by Yosuke Hanya. Since the goal, it has been Charleston, after conceding, responding with a little more possession, a little more pass completion, especially in progressing to the final third, Carmen.
I think having the possession is the best defense for them, and they're clearly not a team that, you know, concedes a lot of goals. They only have conceded 26 goals in 29, well, 27 in 29 now. But at the end of the day, it tells you how important it is for them to just be able to secure it and to have the ball and be able to cross that middle line and put themselves in that good position in the box.
Segbers. Chris Allen now. Quick switch to the near side. Torres slinging it in again. Seen a couple crosses now from that left foot of Juan David Torres. None have found a white shirt inside 27.5 minutes. Drac dispossessed. Fjellberg stopped in his tracks, and unfairly so.
And we haven't talked a lot about MD Matthew Myers. He hasn't been getting, you know, many balls, you know, and he's been trying to just come back and get a few, but still not able to make that connection with the midfielders and him over there just in that front area to see how many balls he can get.
MD Myers was somebody who his head coach Ben Pierman specifically named for the Battery. A second-year professional, getting better and better in the eyes of his head coach. That improvement every week from him makes him, quote, the epitome of what they want to do. McGee, Tyreek McGee sits down a defender and nearly curled it into the upper 90.
And if we were talking about Icaza being electric on one side, and the other one is definitely Tyreek McGee, you know. What a good chance he created just by himself, and then he put himself in that good position and getting that good shot also. Oof.
The CSU Utilities replay, oh so close. Tried to wrap his foot around it into that top left corner.
You saw Hanja's face, he was like, how did that didn't go into the back of the net?
Once you make a move like that, you get all the momentum and the adrenaline, and just not the end product this time around for number 7. Another foul right on the paint. This time Zach Zandy on the turf. Zandy, the Westchester native, played his college ball with Villanova and with the team since 2021. And took an elbow upstairs from Chris Allen. Hanya. Yosuke Hanya. Tackled from behind. Referee says defender got the ball. Myers poked away from him. Allen hurried, so too Dos Santos. There's a late challenge and the referee will whistle it. Justin Dillon, the goal scorer, was always going to be second to that.
Yeah, that falling and talk, you know, how many times do we see this one? It was Dillon just trying to get, and he's getting a card. I'm sorry, Dillon, you know, always getting those moments wherever you're gonna, of course, be facing a player like Dos Santos. This is not the first one. I think it's another good call from the referee, just telling him next one, you're getting the card.
And that's what you like to see from a refereeing standpoint. It's clear communication, though Justin Dillon now treading on thin ice.
Warning number 1, maybe.
Left behind for Grinwis to restart. Very narrow off the free kick for Charleston, but as soon as they win that second ball, they explode widthwise, try to stretch the pitch. They don't win the second ball this time around, though. Hanya. Good feed from Yosuke Hanya. And composure on the ball from Colorado Springs, despite numbers forward for Charleston. Rocha. Williams. Sliding tackle, stopped it in its tracks. MD Myers dispossessed. Looked like nearly the counterattack the Battery had been looking for. Yosuke Hanya. He's given a lot of space to go forward. Ball behind Lacroix. A lot of those black and blue shirts in midfield given space when they check to the ball, especially on the turn. Torres, Icaza, not given the same sort of space. Allen. Chapman against his former side. Along for Dos Santos. Drac has stepped all the way up. Sliding challenge comes in, and a goal kick won. Aiden Rocha fired up after an excellent play.
And sending that message, right, of feeling the support from everybody there watching from the standings. What a great effort also.
You love that kind of emotion from a defender.
Hey, you disallow the opponent to get a corner kick. That's always good. And without committing any foul or anything. So.
Anya tripped up. Played his college ball with the Minutemen, UMass Amherst. Voted to the 2023 MLS Next Pro Best 11 with the Colorado Rapids too. What a signing he's been on loan from the club. 4 goals and an assist. 27th appearance tonight for number 20. Carmen, about 10 minutes plus stoppage until halftime. What are you seeing so far from both of these sides?
So we knew how good Colorado Springs was at home. The only thing that I was expecting was a little bit more of creation and shots on target coming from Charleston Battery. When you see a number of shots on target, 169, you expect a lot of attack, and we haven't had that so far. Not even one on target.
Long whistle and a yellow card. Dylan was given a warning earlier and given a booking now.
And it's always hard when you get a player that has to face so many players in the creation of that attack, of course, already with a yellow card. That conditions you.
While he's claiming there wasn't much in it, once you're given that verbal warning by the referee, you have to be careful. It's a challenge into the back of the defender. Yellow card issued to Colorado Springs Justin Dillon.
Now he has to be really careful.
This caution sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Lone man on the score sheet and in the pocketbook in the 36th minute from Widener Field. Ikaza. Torres, he's found some space on the other side now. Drac has occupied his spot. Brought it down. Back for Dos Santos. Clever dummy from Juan David Torres. Gets it right back. Good ball in behind. Segber's cutting it back. And Zandy in the way.
And that has been good, trying just to change and get more opportunities for Charleston Battery, having Juan David just change to the right flank.
This corner kick is brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. We are in your corner. Juan David Torres to take the first corner for the visitors, just one for the hosts. 6 assists on the season for the Colombian. Two players inside the 6. Shallow cross that's over everyone and everything.
Yeah, and inward chance coming from this corner with that set piece. Nothing much more there for somebody else to do something with that ball. But, one of the changes in the last few minutes have been Juan David just changing from one flank to the other. We'll see how much more damage he can make from the middle.
He's played the full 90 in the last 4 straight. 2 goals, 2 assists in his last 5. And he wanted a foul that he didn't get.
And Emilio is more of a wing now, coming from the left.
Anya with more fancy footwork. McGee's turn to dance. At the feet of Zach Zandy. Zandy will try his luck. Always rising, but not by too much in the end.
Well, you have always got to like those chances when a player thinks that he can do it from a long distance. And in this one, Sanji was like, why not? Let's give it a try. And he did, Sandy. Oof.
Was given the space to take that touch into the shot. Not 1, but 2.
Thank God those people in the back could have like saved themselves, because that was a really powerful shot.
2 goals for Zandy on the season. Brings it down once again. Intended for McGee, but poked away from him for another corner kick. This corner kick is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. Switchbacks faithful bringing the noise. Defended a corner just moments ago. Now get their 2nd of the evening. It will be Aiden Rocha over to take. Former Hoya of Georgetown. As the referee has seen something he didn't like in the box. Zach Zandy a little too close to Adam Grinwis. And now the rumbling begins from Widener Field. Thunderous noise behind Grinwis's goal. Looping cross to the top of the 6, headed away. Charleston not bringing a ton of numbers forward. A lot of white shirts around midfield. Nobody pressuring Yosuke Hanya. Last few minutes or so, it's been almost all Colorado Springs. As Duke Lacroix springs forward. Another good tackle made, this time Mark Segbers. Out of position though. Hanya thought about a marauding run. Instead leaves it behind for McGee. Miscommunication. Tokyo native onto it. Williams with the check of the shoulder, he's good to turn. Mahoney. Lens Pierre. Zandy goes down. Jay Chapman apologetic to his former teammate. Chapman played with Colorado Springs in 2023. I don't think he's friends with Ziggy anymore, though.
Hi, Ziggy, the mountain goat. Have I told you how I love the mascots in like every stadium? It's
fabulous.
One of the best things in sports, the mascots.
Colorado Springs, we spoke about their efficiency on home turf. They are up 1-0 in the 42nd minute, and the fans have been bringing the noise every step of the way. Herrera. Hanya, urged to go forward. Chapman couldn't knock him off his stride. Kept in play on the far side. Options in the box. Spilled right before it could reach Fjellberg, but he's onto the rebound. Speedy Williams, unselfish play, cutaway.
That was a play by memory. Speedy just tried to put it there for somebody to get the ball in the middle, whether it was McGee or Dylan. What a fast-paced play, you know. Coming from the back, from a little bit of danger, just beating it up, turning the Jets on, and they were able, for, I don't know, what, 5 passes to put themselves in a good possibility towards the goal.
Listen to that sound. It's been excellent viewing so far for the home fans. Switchbacks trying to give them a second goal before halftime. Williams. Lacroix. Hanya. Into the box. Diving header from Dos Santos. Myers couldn't bring it down. Colorado Springs continue to have an iron grip on the possession in the last 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. McGee goes down. Chapman late to it. Fjellberg angry there isn't further punishment.
Yeah, he was saying, like, this is the second one. Remember the other one?
The Brampton, Ontario native.
There's a little bit of a extra movement from the hand, the elbow, and everything just to
Certainly the momentum of the upper body.
take the stability, right?
Well, the decision for the referee on something like that, is it careless or is it reckless? Reckless is a yellow card, careless not so much. And it did seem careless in the end. So Rocha, who has been the set piece man so far tonight, will swing it in. Charleston holding line just above the 18. 44th minute from Widener. 1-0 Switchbacks. Rocha, deep delivery. A couple players went down in the box. Play goes on. Mahoney can't turn. Colorado Springs trying to find their shape. Williams along the ground and cut away. So with Colorado Springs 1-0 up, Carmen, curious to get your thoughts on what Charleston need to do in the second half to level the score.
Well, we said it, right? They've been used to scoring late and being able to come back. So the next 45 minutes for them, they're all out to try to get more points away. They already gotten 18 points out of 5 wins and 7 draws. So we'll see if they can get that again.
Just 1 minute of stoppage time, brought to you by TikTok Shop. 1 goal, 1 yellow card, 1 minute. Dylan Strike in the 14th, and his name in the book in the 35th. Aiden Rocha guilty of an infraction. And having some words with Juan David Torres.
I'm not going to tell you what I read.
But curious how that will play out in the second half, especially as Juan David Torres has been on the left for most of this match, sometimes has gone on the right. But if he stays on the left, he'll have that matchup with Aiden Rocha. The minute at a minimum has elapsed. And the referee has seen it. That'll do it for the first 45 from Widener Field. It is Colorado Springs in front, 1-0, with Justin Dillon's second goal since signing for the team last month.
You know, it felt even towards possession, but at the end, the attack was more on the home side with the shots on target, and then, of course, with that goal at minute 14 that has Colorado Springs winning.
A back-and-forth affair. Charleston, one of the most offensively dominant teams in the league, has been stifled on the road. It is Colorado Springs with the advantage, 45 down. First half brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. We've got a lot to talk about at halftime. You won't want to miss it. See you on the other side of the break.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt, and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDevitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDevitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
1/2 down from Colorado Springs. It is the Switchbacks with the 1-0 advantage with 45 minutes played. Justin Dillon's goal that was created by the individual brilliance of Yasuke Hanya separates the 2 sides at the break. We've got a lot to talk about on this halftime show. Don't go anywhere. Halftime presented by McDevitt Law Firm, 1-0 after 45 minutes. Colorado Springs over Charleston. Tonight's honorary healthcare professional of the match is Alan Overturf. He is the Chief Nursing Officer at Penrose Hospital. Thank you for everything you've done to help our community. The healthcare professional of the match is sponsored by Olson Plumbing and Heating.
Hey Switchbacks fans, Garrett DeLong here. I'm your season ticket member, development specialist. 2025 early bird season tickets are live now. If you want to get the best deals and the best seats, give us a call, 719-368-8480. Don't want you to miss out on these clucking great deals. Go Switchbacks.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Goodrum pounds this ball, and the boys in purple soaring.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
Halftime brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. We roll along from Colorado Springs. Switchbacks 1-0 to the Goods over the Battery. After a action-packed first 45, we'll take a look at the news and notes across the USL Championship. Nick Marcanic, whose name we haven't mentioned a lot tonight, comes into tonight with 25 goals, 25th last time out against Sacramento, tying the league's single-season record. Louisville 3 points above the Battery with 59 in the East. They have mathematically clinched their playoff berth, the first team to do so. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh up to a 10-match unbeaten streak with a W against Rhode Island. Let's take a look at the goal and the save of the week in the USL Championship.
Back-to-back seasons with 12 goals on the nose in 22 and 23. But done again, and it rainbows in! Nothing in 10 for Bradley Sample, but it counts all the same. Caught Vegas by surprise. All he could do is look on, wonder what went wrong. Pittsburgh leads 2-0. Continue on. McFadden into the middle. Oh, what a save by Faroux.
So for the team of the week in week 27, a lot of names from North Carolina, but two that you've seen tonight combining for the only goal so far. 45 minutes down, Yosuke Hanya with a career day, 2 goals, 1 assist against Tampa Bay. Meanwhile, Justin Dillon also tallying in that match his first goal for the club and his first assist since joining a month ago from El Paso. The two have proved to be quite difficult tonight for Charleston to deal with. As for how they will deal with them in the second half, well, we'll see on the other side of just one more break. Back in a little bit.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at mcdivittlaw.com.
McDivitt.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
Highlights from that first 45. Both teams bossing a lot of offensive prowess. Tonight's highlights sponsored by Broadmoor Cryotherapy. But it was the hosts to get proceeding start in the 14th minute. Yosuke Hanya's shot deflected. Grinwis saw it late. Justin Dillon made no mistake.
You know, when you make a mistake like that one, of not being able to secure the ball and keep it close to you, and you have a player like Justin Dillon just there waiting for his good chance. A few players, of course, for Charleston Battery were raising their hand asking for an offside, but it was not. It was in perfect side. And, you know, that's the type of some goal scorers and forwards that are just waiting for the good chance and the good moment, and that's what Dillon got in this one.
Colorado Springs not afraid to take shots from distance. Tyreek McGee looking for goal number 4 and wasn't far away.
Yeah, McGee did just an excellent job coming from one of the sides to going into the middle and then positioning himself in that good chance from just outside the box and just shotting that ball directly to the goal.
And though the Battery had their chances, they gave space for Zach Zandy to try his luck, just a little bit high in the end.
You know, this was another interesting opportunity coming from that left flank, and Sandy just taking a shot. Why not? You know, ends up going wide though.
The first half stats brought to you by Broadmoor Cryotherapy. 5 shots for the host compared to just 1 from Charleston, despite the visitors having 53% possession.
Yeah, I think the possession, it was more even, and there were glimpses of time where it was more from one side to the other, but at the end, it was more on the switchbacks, and they were just able to keep creating that attack in that first half. We'll see if the second one changes for Charleston Battery.
Well, Charleston has won more points than any other team in the USL Championship from losing position. 17 this season. They come into tonight off of a comeback win late against Sacramento. And a win tonight means a home field playoff match for the Battery. Philip Galati and Karma Bokin with you from Widener Field. Just the 1 goal and 1 yellow card in that first 45 if you're just joining us. Justin Dillon, the name on both of those occasions. Leland Archer getting his first touches off the bench. And he's been with the club since 2018. Arturo Rodriguez also into the match. replacing Emilio Icaza. Icaza started his first match in about a month. Rodriguez has occupied that center attacking mid, that number 10 spot, with Leland Archer replacing Josh Drack on the back line. The substitution is brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. 2 changes at the break for Charleston, none for Colorado Springs. So already the back line for the Battery taking a bit of a different shape. Josh Drack was at that left back position. Leland Archer, however, more of a center back role. Juan David Torres on the near side, but he was just about everywhere in that first half, Carmen.
Yeah, but about Icaza, you know, it's weird because I felt throughout so many moments in that first half that he was just trying to be that explosive player and doing something different. We'll see what Arturo Rodriguez is capable of bringing in this second half, and how good they are in terms of just trying to see if they can make a comeback in this game also.
Dylan had a lane. He underhit it. Now Chris Allen the other direction. Dos Santos. Rodriguez. Tried to go forward with it, was taken out in the process of doing so. Tyreek McGee committing the foul. Kingston native. 3 goals in his last 8 after spending 3 months away from the pitch in the previous 4 seasons before Colorado Springs in the Belgian top flight. Torres on the set piece, the natural left footer. Didn't see a lot of Charleston in the final third in that first half. It's got to change in the second for head coach Ben Pierman and company. Delivery played very deep and very comfy for Christian Herrera.
Yeah, not much of an opportunity to keep playing that ball, but maybe he decided he could go directly there and somebody would move to that near post, but nobody ended up doing that. It was just really easy for Herrera to just take that ball.
Big interception from the back by Archer. Rodriguez dribbled in a circle. Found Nick Marcanic. Hurried all the way back. Marcanic goes down. Yosuke Hanya with the challenge. Nick Marcanic, 1 goal from the single season scoring record. Saw 1 shot in that first half from him that was blocked.
Can this be the game where he makes history and scores goal number 26? He still will have 6 more opportunities. So.
Rodriguez lost it. Allen wins it right back. Chapman now. 2 in pursuit. Through ball wasn't on. Torres. Another foul called. Short whistle, nothing in it. Play restarted quickly for Juan David Torres.
But you know, circling back to the Marcanic thing, it would be good if they do it with their home crowd and, you know, at their stadium. They still have 2 more games here with Loudoun United and then San Antonio, so they still have chances for that to happen at home. If it doesn't happen today, of course.
Torres, Segbers, Marcanic. Lovely sequence. And announcer's curse in full effect. Mark Segbers into the switchback stands, and the fans continuing to imbue Widener Field with life.
I love the people there in the balcony of the houses, you know, they have front row seats.
Head coach James Chambers spoke on this team's prowess at home this season, chasing its 10th win here in Colorado Springs. As said, we take a lot of pride of playing here because the fans take very good care of us. We want to take good care of them. Myers on the prowl. Herrera forced to get rid of it. Second ball, one right back though by Colorado Springs. That's really been kind of the story of those aerial passes. It seems like that second ball is won almost every time by the hosts. Speaking of hosting, how about a party on the balcony?
You know, there's a thing in the world of a lot of stadiums, you know, soccer stadiums in the world that had this situation, and people charge, and it's interesting. It's a different vibe, and you can get the feeling of, you know, being there and have that front row seat.
I mean, how many soccer fans across the country would love to wake up, take what, 5, 6 steps to your window? Boom, professional
soccer. There's stadiums
soccer.
with hotels now, so it's like
Christian Herrera, after that long ball, has taken a seat. Injury stoppage presented by Common Spirit Health. Herrera has played every match this season for Switchbacks FC. 72 saves and 7 clean sheets to the New Mexico native's name. Came up through the Real Salt Lake Academy, signed from the Tacoma Defiance in the Seattle Sounders system in 2022.
And of course, today, after this first half and these early minutes of the second half, he still hasn't been like asked to do so much more against Charleston Battery.
He's back on his own 2 feet now. Joe Rice is available off the bench for Colorado Springs should they need another goalkeeper, though he is yet to appear in this one. Rather, yet to appear this season. Rocha faked even the camera operator out. Instead wants to go long. Sandy with the big win. Off the chest and down by Fjellberg, but out of touch. There seems to be just a lack of a spark when the ball gets rolling, especially for Charleston, though Colorado Springs had plenty of chances in the first half. In transition from the midfield third to the final third, that's where both these teams have struggled so far, Carmen.
I think you have a lack of I don't want to say communication or chemistry, because of course we're in such a state of the championship. You know, you're coming towards the end. Both teams are, you know, top 3 of Western and Eastern Conference. But the thing is, whenever you have 2 teams that play so open, it gives you those spaces, and then you lose sight of where exactly you are. And you see moments where Charleston Battery is playing like more compact, and then is where they have the more possession. But still, you know, as much as they move as a group, it's really hard for them now to cross into that attacking third.
Justin Dillon, the lone name on the score sheet tonight, is making his way to midfield. The second notch on his belt for his new club. And Ronaldo Damas, the leading goal scorer for the Switchbacks with 11 this season, into the fray. So too is Juan Tejada, taking off Jonas Fjellberg. The substitution brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center.
The Dillon, I understand that change. You know, at the end of the day, he has a yellow card. He scored the goal, bring somebody in, and not, you know, leave any space for you to lose a player.
Rocha with the kangaroo hops to avoid a defender and block the cross. Juan Tejada has appeared in every match this season but one. Panama City native. Eclipsed 1,000 minutes last time out. coming off the bench in his last 3 matches. Allen has space on the throw-in. Opens up for the shot, Zandy in the way. And a powerful strike that leaves number 10 in a heap. Zach Zandy still down. Seeking medical attention. Brought to you by Common Spirit Health. Brave defending, battle scars to show for it, Carmen.
Yeah, you know, I think it was more of a little trip on his own, you know, just trying to get away from the ball, and I think he just got caught in there, and that's when you see that right leg just, you know, getting caught in between him falling and then the effort and the motion. Those ones always hurt.
Philadelphia Union Academy product, Zach Zandy. '57th minute from Colorado Springs. It was Zandy's pass forward to Fjellberg that started the goal. And a lovely move from Yosuke Hanya. Beat his defender. Shot was blocked and then spilled by Adam Grinwis, who saw it late.
Everything was great with the whole play. Even the little bit of a deflection that slowed down the ball for Grinwis to just, you know, be able to force himself into just stretching himself, because he loses a little bit of sight of where it's gonna happen, so that's why he stays there. But then when the ball changed a little bit of direction, he just, you know, can't do anything more after he spills.
So a welcome sight for the Switchbacks faithful. Zandy up and jogging about. Play restarts with a drop ball for Colorado native Graham Smith. Played part of his college ball with Denver. Grew up in Highlands Ranch, just south of the city. Leland Archer has the strength to withstand the challenge of Ronaldo Damas. Now forward, Marcanic leaves it behind. Allen to the far side, Torres stings the palms of Herrera. And the first shot on target for the Battery was a scorcher. Ball still in play though. Appeals for handball. Cleared away. And just like that, the spark that was missing from Charleston lit a flame in a flash.
And now we're going to see that back again. You know, you were saying how it took just a little while for them to get that first shot on target and force Herrera to do such a big save. And it had to come from the Colombian player, who was just important throughout the match and finding himself in good position of just giving balls and recovering so many. And then he just took that chance. What a great shot. But well done by Herrera with his first save of the night.
Herrera had to get 2 hands to that because Torres hit that so well first time. A bouncing ball, locked his ankle, kept it low. And that is the poise that the Battery possess, that out of nothing, they can break through. Rodriguez, Charleston with newfound momentum. Torres looking for Marcanic. He'll chase it down, but he can't keep it in play.
I think Sigi's having a lot of fun today. A lot of high fives, by the way.
Why not? So many Switchbacks faithful there to celebrate, and they've had reason to celebrate 60 minutes down.
They've been so good also at home, you know. When we said it, 30 points at home in the amount of matches that they've had there, it's a really good number, you know, and you do have to take credit on that, with the fans just being there to support it and the team just complying towards what, you know, the fans are asking for.
We spoke to Ben Pierman, the head coach of Charleston Battery. We asked him what makes Widener Field such a difficult place to play. He said, well, it's simple. Not only a great fan base and a great team, but a well-coached team. And he gave a lot of respect to James Chambers and what they've done, specifically with Chambers' mid-match management, and how they're able to adjust to the changes that Charleston make. Tejada. Lacroix. Stifled by Archer. Andy Myers thought he won the throw-in. Checked all the way back from midfield for that ball and had no free space every step of the way. Tejada trying to squeeze his way through. James Chambers using that mid-match management, directing his players where they need to go. And he said, all credit to the players. They make the changes quickly and efficiently. And now it's about making those changes and sticking to them for the full 90 minutes to get over the line. Zandy. Ball played in from the far side. Thomas was there. Headed away from him. Rodriguez, poor touch. Juan Tejada will try. Body in the way.
This is just another one and another one. This one, the last one, just Tejada, the Panamanian player, trying from a distance and ends up being saved by Archer.
Now this match starting to open up just a little bit more, seeing shots from both sides. Again, two very high-scoring teams. And two teams with a multitude of attacking options. Offside flag goes up against Torres. Already Juan David Torres wants to get things going again. Millonarios Academy product. Played his academy days across South America with Banfield, Corinthians, and most recently Millonarios, helping them to win the league title in the Apertura phase last season. Yellow card brandished for Christian Herrera. It's taken too long to put the ball into play. McGee had 3 white shirts around him. Managed to win the free kick with the yellow card shown to Colorado Springs' Christian Herrera. This caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Lacroix skips by one. Duke Lacroix to the edge of the area. Nearly fell right back to him. Playing through the midfield from the back, a dangerous game. Chris Allen, though, with the composure to settle things. Archer. Captain of this team for many years, someone who head coach Ben Pierman says everybody respects because his actions speak louder than words. Not the loudest guy in the room, but when he speaks up, everybody listens. Big collision right at midfield. Tyreek McGee shown a booking after chopping down Arturo Rodriguez.
This was just another yellow card for Colorado Springs. McGee in this one, I think is just the typical extra contact. But it seems there's a little bit of a push with that left hand, just doing some extra movement in the hand.
Certainly some
It's a bit
force
harsh.
to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cut back for Chapman. And comfortably into the arms of Herrera. Confirmation of the yellow card to Tyreek McGee for Colorado Springs. This caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. That's 3 yellow cards on the night, all for the hosts, and 2 in the span of just a few minutes.
And let's not forget, the Christian Herrera card is such an unnecessary one.
Sun's starting to set here in Colorado Springs. Zandy tripped up. Ziggy's loving it.
The mountain goat.
Two of the best teams in all of the USL Championship. A fantastic venue, and look at the setting, the hues of the Colorado Springs night sky. Absolutely gorgeous piece of picturesque American soccer. Damas into the box, trying to make the picture even prettier with the second goal for the hosts. Tejada. Mahoney. Switchbacks with some sustained pressure now. Hanya created the first goal from the left. Now he's on the right. Taken down as he tried to turn onto his left. The fans asking for a yellow card, and the referee will oblige. Chris Allen, the first Charleston name into the pocketbook of Ricardo Fierro.
Yeah, and I think in this one, there's nothing they can argue against it. That was a card. It was such an unnecessary moment. They take a free kick also. It was Canyon, you know, just trying to do what he does, and then just a little tiny contact, which is enough to send Kania to the to the floor.
Yellow card issued to Battery's Chris Allen. Caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. As we take a moment to take in this unbelievable setting.
You know, you were talking about the hues. That's the perfect hues is pink, and more so when you see it contrasted to the gorgeous mountains in Colorado. Wow, take me there.
A setting fit for a clash of 2 top 3 teams in the USL Championship.
The perfect background, no doubt about that.
Switchbacks restarting play quickly. Give and go. Played across goal. And Colorado Springs nearly catching Charleston napping. Aiden Rocha's ball left room for improvement.
And you talk about how good the player is and how, I don't know, Hanya, he's just capable of seeing exactly how to get those balls and put them into play.
McGee fouled. And this time, Jake Chapman gets a talking to. Very clear and public gesticulation from the center official saying this is...
Second one. Or maybe third.
Probably his final warning.
Ooh.
A yellow card and a red card as well have been shown on the near side.
He must have said something, and Fierro, he was just there exactly to.
Well, we spoke earlier about how the pro officials have been instructed to be
calm, quiet, and collected.
And much less lenient on dissent. That disrespect will not be tolerated. Training ground play. Tyreek McGee looking for shooting space. Cuts it back. Stamped away for now. Appeals for handball, penalty given. Zach Sandy tried to flick it over his mark, and the penalty mark pointed to by the center official.
And you know, sometimes you just go forward, try to put yourself in a good position, and then mistakes like this can happen from just a little bit of misunderstanding, and Mark Canich just getting that penalty. Wow.
It is Nick Marcanic on the verge of making history, conceding a penalty. And a possibility for Switchbacks to make this 2-zip.
He hasn't been playing where he wants to, you know, which is in the attacking third, creating, scoring. He has been forced to do defensive duties, and that's what happened. You know, a little mistake like that one. And now it's going to depend if Grimm is capable of just disallowing that goal.
Ronaldo Damas looking for strike number 12 on the year in the 73rd minute. From 12 yards away, calmly dispatched. Ronaldo Damas into the bottom left corner with poise, precision, and perfection. 2-0 Switchbacks.
Well, it's going to be a harder comeback for Charleston Battery, but it's just such a great moment for Colorado Springs Switchbacks. They couldn't find that good shot in this second half, but they did get this. While trying to create so many attacks, Mark Hennig just committing that handball. And then, of course, Damos, the other great player on the field for the home team with his 12th goal of the season. Great way of taking that PK.
Goal in the 73rd minute from Ronaldo Damas, brought to you by Century Casinos. And the party rolls on from Widener Field. Charleston coming into tonight with the opportunity to secure not only a playoff berth, but also a home field advantage. The team with the most points from a losing position in the USL Championship, and a mountain to climb on the West Coast that has just doubled in size. Quick yellow card shown. Yosuke Hanya, guilty as charged.
I was telling you about how many cards he gave, and the percentage was almost 6 per game. And he's already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yellow card issued to Colorado Springs Yosuke Hanya. This caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Change waiting in the wings for James Chambers and the Switchbacks. Jackson Conway for Ben Pierman in the Battery is onto the pitch. He replaces Jay Chapman in midfield. Prince Sadie as well on for MD Myers up top. This substitution is brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Poor giveaway. Enriquez appealing for another handball. Referee says not this time. Steven Echeverria returns to play his first match since May 17th against Rhode Island. Into the middle, Iro Enriquez on for Yosuke Hanya, whose fancy footwork led to the first goal for the hosts. This substitution is brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Free kick conceded in a promising spot for the Battery. Tejada going down after the play as well. Torres having a word with him. And the noise erupting at Widener Field as tempers continue to climb.
Now you can understand a little bit of how important this game was coming into this final stretch of the season. Because now the energy is up, and we'll see if the locals are capable of just scoring another one. Oof.
Tejada was staying on the ball and was tripped up. Juan David Torres had some words. The Switchbacks FC bench up in arms. They've already seen one member of their coaching staff dismissed. Colorado Springs making sure everybody is marked and accounted for. Torres will try for goal and over the bar.
Well done. That is never a bad idea, you know, if you have the gut in you to just do it and go directly and go try it, though this one came just a little bit high.
Jairo Henriquez, 3 goal contributions in just over 500 minutes this season for the San Salvador native. Started last time out for Colorado Springs, his first start since June 18th against Las Vegas. Tejada was dragged off balance, whistle stays silent. Ball from Arcanic too strong, and Herrera will watch it dribble comfortably into his box. Echeverria. Enriquez. Trivella pass back from Matt Mahoney. 79th minute. The Battery can never be counted out. Switchbacks near perfect at home. Buckle your seatbelts. Is this a third waiting for the host? Strike on frame. Knuckleball hit the chest of Grinwis, and he's got it in his grasp now. Quick restart to the far side. Prince AD onto it, and has to wait for reinforcements. Rodriguez. Line-breaking pass, found Nick Marcanic, and a foul committed in the process.
And this is the final stretch, the one that Charleston Battery takes advantage of, you know. And when you're coming to these final minutes, you just have to focus yourself a little bit more and see if you can make that good comeback. But I'm feeling that Colorado Springs are going to be just capable of trying to score another one and defend the most as possible so they can add another 3 points at home.
Lacroix. Stopped for now. Looking to try again, but instead forced back for Delence Pierre. Thomas offside. Ronaldo Damas from 12 yards and his 12th goal this season in all competitions. Foul called against Damas this time. rather for him. Nick Marcanic, unselfish play from number 13. Didn't get it back though, and wouldn't have had the chance to anyways. Offside on the far side. Nick Marcanic came into tonight chasing an entry in USL Championship history lore. He's running out of time to get it, but as head coach Ben Pierman said, that's what makes him so great. That's what makes teams like Castellón want to bring him on, is his unselfishness, his ability to know what it takes to win and bring his teammates into the attack.
And how many times have we seen these? You're close to breaking a record, and it just, you know, comes a little bit hard sometimes to get that number once you're, I'm not going to want to say thinking about it, but, you know, it's always there, and it happens.
Jairo Henriquez back on his own 2 feet. As another change for Coach Pierman, Robbie Crawford into the match on the back line, replacing Nathan Dos Santos. Substitution is brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Nearly every white shirt forward, 83rd minute from Widener Field. Justin Dillon in the first half, Ronaldo Damas from the spot in the second. Bring us to where we are now. Dolens Pierre. Pierre, the center back, has stayed forward. Lovely flick from Zandi. Switch to the near side. Tejada will let it bounce toward him. Lacroix. Williams. Space afforded to Rocha. Rocha will try it! Nearly finding the side netting.
Can you imagine what that would have been 7 minutes away from the end of the match, and then him just being able to diagonally get himself into the box and then getting such a great shot with so much power, but it ends up going wide.
Replay brought to you by CSU Utilities. And another change, this time for Colorado Springs. Paul Maraca onto the pitch, replacing Zach Zandi. Maraca, the 18-year-old on loan from the Columbus Crew Academy. This substitution is brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. And that is the 22 we will close out this match with. All 5 subs have elapsed for both coaches. Torres. No way forward for him. He'll play the full 90 and now his 5th straight. If he sees this one out. Christian Herrera trying to see this one out for clean sheet number 8, his first in a month. And what a way to do it, denying a team, for now, in Charleston, a home playoff bid. Whistle sounds once again. Ben Pierman trying to urge his side forward. Ronaldo Damas unable to change the official's mind. 86th minute. from Widener Field and Carmen, Colorado Springs are still pushing forward.
And you know, they know that they have to take the advantage at playing at home. They still have 2 more when they receive Loudoun and when they receive San Antonio. After that, they have 4 away games. That is a total of 12 points. So you want to try to just, you know, have as much as you can at home.
Header from way out. Christian Herrera will take his time.
Let's not forget he has a yellow card, so he has to move fast.
But what a performance he's had so far, denying one of the most offensively potent teams in the league.
And imagine how complicated it would have been if he wouldn't have made that save.
Thomas, you heard the gasp from the Switchbacks faithful. We spoke on the noise tonight from Widener Field. It is a sellout crowd seeking win number 10 this season on home turf.
Well done.
They've been treated to an excellent showing, but they're not over the line yet. Again, Charleston, the team, more than any other team in this league, to get the most points from losing positions. Damas, numbers here for the Switchbacks. Played to the far side. Is this the 3rd goal? It is! It is not!
Well, if it would have been an own goal by Smith, but at the end, it's an offside. The excitement.
I got excited too. What looked to be number 3, instead, offside against Jairo Henriquez. Graham Smith stepped up to put a challenge in. They left Henriquez offside, and the flag denies a 3rd. Mark Segbers. Is there drama in this one for the Battery? Clipping it in behind. Nick Martanic is offside.
He came
Flag
close.
goes up again.
It's not often that we see 2 consecutive offsides, you know, from one to the other. But Martanic just trying to get his goal number 26.
CSU Utilities bringing you the replay. And the sellout crowd bringing the noise. Job nearly done. 3 points nearly there. There will be stoppage time to play. How much remains to be seen as we turn the page now to minute 90. Carmen, what can Charleston change to try and get at least one back in this match?
Well, you know, in the first half, you thought they could have those good moments while just controlling the ball and trying to build from the back, but I think more verticality is what they lack in this game, you know, just putting themselves.
Thomas with the header off the post. Juan Tejada in behind. Quick header from Ronaldo Damas. And ball is already back in play. A minimum of 6 minutes to be played. Stoppage time presented by TikTok Shop. Cole Maraca with the foul.
And gotta give it to Damas. What a change he made to his team after he stepped foot on the field.
Difficult ball to get to there. Had to bend down for it. Didn't overthink it, just tried to sneak it in the near post and was very close to doing so. Clever flick from Crawford. to the byline. Shouldered off by Delancepierre.
Can we see this one again? Well, exactly the great effort there and the good connection between two of the substitutions in the second half. Also, what a great save from Greenwood, just his second of the match.
Christian Herrera, so close to his 8th clean sheet of the season against one of the best teams at putting the ball in the back of the net. Raka's header. Still being fought for. Robbie Crawford will take his space. And the whistle will stop the play. Steven Echeverria winning the free kick for the Switchbacks. Echeverria making his first appearance since playing the full 90 against Rhode Island, a 3-1 win back on May 17th. Lacroix. Maraca. Here's Cole Maraca on the charge, looking for his first goal in his new colors. Off a defender just in front of him and cleared into the Colorado Springs stratosphere. Maraca one-time pass, this time to the far side. Enriquez has time to tee it up, overcooked it for Damas. Tejada lost it for a second. Trying to turn out of pressure, Juan Tejada. Went for the nutmeg. And now takes it to the corner. 93rd minute now. Lacroix still going. Couple nice moves. Play restarted quickly, but given away just as well. And now the referee will stop an argument from getting out of hand.
And you can tell the need for Colorado Springs just to see if they can score another one, because that's how they have those two on the scoreboard, but still they're trying to get the other one, and that's why the energy is such a high level so far.
Not much time now. Can the Battery save a point? Spoil the clean sheet. Deep delivery, headed down right at the penalty mark. Torres was second to it. Header missed time from the back by Rodriguez. A tussle all around Ronaldo Damas, who goes down. What a statement win. This stands to be Enriquez looking to put the cherry on top. And couldn't get through Graham Smith. Into the 96th of the 6 and a minimum. Marcanic coming up empty-handed. And Herrera into the sky. Colorado Springs, as of now, up to second in the West. Charleston still second in the East, though the gap widens with Louisville 1-0 to the good. Archer cleans up the poor touch. That may just about do it. And that will. A 10th win at home this season for Colorado Springs. And a clean sheet against the Charleston Battery. Tonight's Groom Transportation man of the match, Christian Herrera, the man in between the pipes, with his 8th clean sheet on the season.
That's a great number, you know, 8 games without receiving or conceding any goals, of course, makes such a big difference. 1 save throughout the night. Well done by Christian Herrera. We know this is an interconference match, the 3rd time these two teams faced each other. One was a draw here in this same scenario, and the other one was a win for Colorado Springs. Now we have the second one.
The votes are in. Groom Transportation man of the match, Christian Herrera. Groom Transportation providing stress-free airport shuttle service between Denver and Colorado Springs. No stress at Widener Field tonight. The McDivitt Law Firm final score, Switchbacks 2, Battery nothing. We've got more to talk about on the other side of one brief break. See you soon.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
A sellout crowd at Widener Field goes home happy. Your final score presented by McDivitt Law Firm. Switchbacks 2, Battery nothing. Wrapping up shop in the Centennial State as McDivitt Law Firm brings you the full-time highlights. And Carmen, we knew both of these teams knew how to put the ball in the back of the net, but really from start to finish, the Switchbacks were in control.
Yeah, hand job with this great ball, and then just being able to get that first shot, and then impossible there for the goalkeeper that ends up just leaving it there for a player that was ready to get it. It was Dylan scoring the first one of the night, minute 14.
His second goal for his new club after signing last month from El Paso. This was the first shot on target of the match. It took the second half for it to be fired on frame. Juan David Torres, no way through of Christian Herrera.
And we were talking about the man of the match. This was the save that could have changed everything. This was the 1-1, and it could have gone either side. And then this happened, a little chip ball. Sandy couldn't control it, and then the handball.
That the critical moment of the match presented by Common Spirit Health, sending Ronaldo Damas to the spot, who made no mistake. 12 yards away, his 12th goal of the season. Goalkeeper the wrong way, fired with power into the bottom left corner. That would do it for the scoring. As for the full-time stats presented by Groom Technology, 11 shots for the Switchbacks, despite not having the edge in possession, Carmen.
Yeah, and getting those 4 on target, scoring 2, 1 from a PK was not bad at all. Getting those 3 points at home, it's important. And then for Charleston Battery, much more towards coming to their next match. 5 shots, only 2 on target, and you know they lack that extra differential for them to be able to give more balls to the guys in the front to see if they could get themselves into a better position.
A sellout crowd that brought the noise all night long gets to take in some fireworks. How about that for a perfect end of the night for the Switchbacks faithful? 2-0 the final between Colorado Springs and Charleston. 2 of the best teams in the land playing an excellent 90 minutes. Thank you for joining us on behalf of the entire production crew making this possible. Our producer, Jonathan Solano, and my partner, Carmen Boquin. I'm Phil Galati saying so long and good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.